Welcome to Main Event Talk. My name is David Flores. Ivan, this is our debut show.
This is our debut show, and welcome everyone to Main Event Talk. My name is Ivan Torres, and as the Wyatts would say, we're here.
Alright guys, so this is our debut show. So the way this works is that we're going to talk about every subject that's on the screen. We have 90 seconds to talk about each subject, to gossip and jibber jabber about it. So when the bell rings, we move on to the next subject. It's simple as that. So Ivan, the first subject of the day is the Wyatts against Punk and Bryan. It's been reported that the Wyatts have been designed with Punk and Bryan to establish them better as main event players. Do you think this is a good move or a bad move?
Absolutely. An amazing big move. I mean, right now, Daniel Bryan is at the peak of his career. Same thing as CM Punk, who's already established huge popularity with the WWE fans and wrestling fans around the world. I think right now, the Wyatt family needs to be around, to be in the ring with guys with names as CM Punk and guys like Daniel Bryan. Reason being, I can see more title opportunities coming.
No, I agree with you. I think this is definitely the right move for them. I think it's definitely a lot better than putting them with mediocre guys like The Miz, even like Kane, because Kane is not quite over as he used to be. I think it's definitely a good move. The CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are main event people. It's definitely not a demotion for them like some people are reporting. It's definitely a promotion for Bray Wyatt, and putting them in the ring and giving them the rub with these two guys is definitely going to establish them as the main event pick. In the main event picture. The only question I have is WrestleMania is right around the corner. Where do we see Bray Wyatt in the main event picture?
Better storyline, title opportunities. And this will be an opportunity to show the fans what he can actually do in the ring. When you get guys like the Wyatts in the ring with guys, even veterans like Kane, I don't think it's given the Wyatts an opportunity to actually open up and actually demonstrate what they can actually do in the ring as in-ring performers.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with you. We definitely got more to talk about that in future shows. So, next subject.
Next subject: Big Show taking up too much spotlight. Good move, bad move.
It's a good move and it's a bad move. A lot of people think that Daniel Bryan is being written off as a. Basically, they think he's losing his push because Big Show now has become the main hero fighting the corporation. I just think this is a slow build to Daniel Bryan. I don't see Big Show going anywhere near the main event picture with this. His popularity is at an all-time high, but it's pretty risky because there are people that could misinterpret it as Big Show being that next big face to fight an anti-establishment. So I don't know. It's a risky one. I think it depends how they fight, how they go along with the past Survivor Series and Royal Rumble. But I don't think you'll see him in that position for too long.
I mean, I would have to say I think it's a bad move. I honestly think it's a bad move. I feel like we're watching a rerun of Nitro back in the '90s when you had just the main guys on a constant storyline ending every Monday night show. What they need to do actually is just push Daniel Bryan. I mean, the popularity is there. The fans love him. I don't see why the Big Show is even anywhere near
Well,
the spotlight.
I like to compare it to Mick Foley, because you remember when in the Attitude Era when Austin was the guy for a temporary time period there, it was Mick Foley that became the guy fighting the establishment. It was him that became Vince McMahon's number one foe when he won the world title against The Rock on the show. So I think this is a temporary thing, just similar to the Mick Foley storyline. So I don't know. We're gonna see where it goes. Next headline. There's been rumors. Well, actually, there's no rumors anymore. Apparently, word got out that for months now, TNA has been on the market to be sold. What do you think?
I mean, it's sad. Reason being because there are so much young, fresh talent in TNA. They're not pushing the young guys. Again, here we go. Mid-late 90s, WCW, where we have all the main eventers or main eventers that were already past their time. Again, being in the main event and taking up a lot of spotlight, not giving these young guys the opportunity. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they're just being off the market. They're not pushing young talent. They're not giving wrestling fans a good show. It's the same thing. They're very consistent with using the old guys, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, I don't. If it is for sale, that's it's pretty sad because this is not even a WCW situation all over again. This is worse. This is just going to be something where they don't even have enough of a fan base for them to even try to attempt to recreate TNA. It's going to be put on the shelf. It's good. If Vince buys it, he's probably going to take a few library videos off of it for CM Punk and maybe a few other guys. But it's sad because the wrestlers need another brand to be a part of and to get working. I don't like the looks of it unless, who do you think would end up even remotely being interested in buying it?
I can't think of anyone, to be honest with you.
If it's not Vince McMahon, I will hope it's Jeff Jarrett, but I don't even see how Jeff Jarrett would even be able to finance it if he needed Dixie card in the first place. So I think it's that. And what do you think they need to do in order for that to not be sold other than use young guys? You think this is a financial issue? You think they need to be off the
financial issue, and even just moving, guys who are in the mid card, making them to main eventers. I mean, something has to be done. Maybe better matches, better marketing. Who knows?
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I mean, sticking to the TNA topic, is TNA lacking star power?
Well, yeah, I definitely think they're lacking star power, and a lot of people are finding that me saying that funny because they have Kurt Angle and they had Hulk Hogan and I don't know, Bully Ray's a star, but they get stars that used to generate star power in the WWE days. They basically are stomping ground in a WWE graveyard. They need to get people like Chris Jericho. They need to get people like Edge, people that still have that star power. That's having star power. And even aside of that, they don't need those guys. They have their own stars that they created back in 05, back in 04 when they had Chris Daniels in the blooming period. They had AJ, Samoa Joe. And I say they had because they're not the same people anymore. They don't have that star power anymore. So they can have star power. They just got to homegrown their talent again.
I mean, to be honest, it kind of saddens me. There's so much great talent there at TNA. And week after week after week, I watch TNA, and I feel like I'm at a National Guards Hall watching a local wrestling show. This is nothing but a whole bunch of, I feel like it's just retired wrestlers just in this decent arena, and just putting up a decent show. And it's not, and I don't blame the wrestlers. I think I blame the guys behind the curtain, behind the stage. Those are the guys I blame.
Yeah, there's only so many Bound for Glory Steam matches I could watch. I can't see. I don't know. The only way they'll have real star powers, like I said earlier, if Chris Jericho signs with them, if they could get a hot WWE free agent, then maybe they'll have star power. But I don't know.
Time will tell.
Well, yeah. Well, next topic, ROH they've been failing to launch recently, trying to become the number 3 company or maybe even the number 2 company. But they have been having a bunch of ROH pay-per-view streaming issues. Do you think this is going to hurt them in the long run?
Absolutely. I mean, there's times where you're watching a phenomenal match and all of a sudden now you're thinking your internet's crashing. You know, everyone knows it takes about maybe 3 to 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes before, you know, the buffering, you know, fixes itself up. And all of a sudden, now you miss 2 or 3 minutes of a match, and professional wrestling, 2 to 3 minutes is a long time.
Oh, yeah.
You probably missed one of the greatest, you know, a great highlight or a great wrestling moment. And, I mean, this is something that these guys are just going to have to fix. I mean, there's a lot. You're taking away, first off, you're taking away from the marketing. You're taking away even from the wrestlers themselves.
Yeah, no, I agree. And, you know, it's sad because last week, maybe a month or 2 ago, they gave away a free pay-per-view, which was their biggest pay-per-view of the year. And one of their biggest moments of the year, which Adam Cole turning heel, it was streaming for free, but you know the streaming wasn't working, so you weren't able to catch it. So yeah, I think this is definitely hurting them, and it's sad because they can't catch a break. You know, they got bought by Sinclair Broadcasting. They're not televised like they used to be, so I just can't see how they're going to be relevant for the next, even in the next couple of months. I don't. They're nowhere near to even being a 3, 4, or number 5 company.
I mean, I think right now it's to a point that even no type of stream, whether it's DSL or whatever it is that you use at home, is not going to help these guys out. It's that bad.
Yeah, no,
it's that bad.
It is pretty bad. I agree.
Okay. Adam Cole, main eventer. Yes or no?
No. It's too soon. I like Adam Cole. I think he's one of the best young talents they have, but they have a problem here too. Like ROH does. They develop a star, he becomes a main eventer, and they leave. You know, they need to start contracting their stars. Adam Cole could definitely be the face of ROH. The problem is that they're not protecting their assets because he's not really under contract with ROH. If he is under contract and he wants to leave the WWE, they release him. And I think I get a sense of desperation from them because I feel like they're trying to place the belt on somebody who they think is going to catch immediate popularity, and it's not working. You know, it reminds me of Chris Jericho when he was a Lionheart. If Chris Jericho as a Lionheart became WWE champion, people wouldn't have bought it because he wasn't ready. Same thing with Adam Cole. He's talented. He could probably throw down one of the best matches with the likes of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, but he's not ready.
Well, I mean, I could agree. I mean, young kid, great shape, an amazing look. But I mean, I would hate to see someone good caliber of Adam Cole be pushed so quick to just all of a sudden drop. It's like what they did, in my opinion, with the Miz. Bought him up too soon, and now the guy's back to a mid card. I mean, it would suck just to see someone that good.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy because he could play the heel character that they want him to play. Really
I think
good.
anyone can play a heel.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And, you know, he's popular. Why not, you know, create assets out of that? Sell T-shirts and sell posters and merchandise. I just don't think that's something that you drop right away. Anyway, next topic with the we brought up earlier, TNA being sold. It begs the question. Who's the better boss here? What company was TNA better under? Was it better under Jeff Jarrett or was it better under Dixie?
Most definitely Jeff Jarrett. I mean, Jeff at the time that TNA was, you know, blooming into something that today should be something out of this world. You had the X Division. You had great matches. This was a good opportunity to see all the small young guys, you know. Go ahead. It's an opportunity to see some of these small young guys, you know, see what these younger guys, what these small young talent can do. Now, Jeff Jarrett, on the other hand, always had an eye for great talent, which is why I think TNA was the way TNA was back in 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
As opposed to Dixie Carter, you know, now you get Hulk Hogan involved, and no disrespect to Hulk Hogan, but I mean, anything that Hulk Hogan touches, it just doesn't turn into gold unless it's around his waist.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, and it's weird because they both have something that TNA needs. You know, Jeff Jarrett, I feel knows how to run a company in the sense that he knows that the money is on the young talent, and Dixie just, you know, she has the money. You know, so they both have something TNA needs. But I agree. You know, I mean, I think anybody would agree. The company was in better hands with Jeff Jarrett.
But I mean, when I think of Dixie Carter, to me, this doesn't have much knowledge of pro wrestling.
She has none whatsoever. No.
None. So I mean, you're gonna go. I mean, of course, I mean, it's Hulk Hogan. So I mean, even those who don't know anything about professional wrestling, they'll say, "What's the biggest name in pro wrestling?" Hulk Hogan. So of course, she's gonna go by anything that this man says.
Yeah, if you don't know how to wrist lock from a headlock, you shouldn't be running a company.
Yeah, absolutely. Face of the WWE. Too easy.
No, well, actually, no. I think it's not. Actually, I think it's a tricky one because I think anybody watching this, their automatic answer will probably be Daniel Bryan. And it's funny because why wouldn't you want to root for Daniel Bryan? And then some people might think it's Big Show. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I'm a Daniel Bryan fan.
Well, some people might think it's Big Show based on the current storyline, which I just think it's a way to prolong the whole Daniel Bryan chase. But I actually think the WWE tries to do a good job at diverting you from thinking who is the face of the company. And I think anybody that attends live events and that pays attention, an argument can be made that the face of the company, in my opinion, it's actually still CM Punk.
I couldn't agree more, to be honest with you. I mean, and mind you, there's other guys behind as well. You know, you got Dolph Ziggler, who could be a good candidate for being the face of the company. I mean, I would love to see a little more of Cody Rhodes.
Oh, he could be on his way. But if you look at the reaction, night in, night out, you know, Daniel Bryan, the reaction he gets is a chant. It's kind of like the what chant.
Yeah.
That's what the fans like. But when you have a genuine, we love you reaction, it's CM Punk.
Absolutely.
Night in, night out, he gets the biggest pops without even trying.
I mean, even as a heel, I mean, the second the occult personality music kicks in, like everyone's already on their feet, and I experienced this for myself. As a heel, he's still loved. I mean, you look back at WrestleMania, with his match against The Undertaker. I mean, never in a match that The Undertaker's been in all the WrestleManias he's been involved in, were there ever 50-50 chant? No, never.
I totally agree with you, yeah.
So that says a whole lot. It says a whole lot about CM Punk, and I think that belt should be on CM Punk, and I think that's the guy who should definitely be the face of the WWE.
Yeah, no, I agree. And before we end the show, what do you think? CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania?
I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
Well, guys, we gotta go, but I don't know if you guys have been following us on Facebook. We've been having a contest. One of you guys can win WWE 2K14 just for liking our page. And we actually do have a winner. If you see the guy on the bottom of the screen, Preston, WWE 2K14 is going to come to your house for free on us just for liking our page. So continue to watch. We will have some free giveaways in the future. This is just the first episode. We hope you liked it. And if you didn't, we'll do better next time.
Absolutely.
Ivan?
Well, and by the way, you're not gonna get this open copy of the game. No, we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Maybe the first episode of the show will be in there.
Possibly.
Well, we're out. We'll see you tomorrow with the next episode. I'm David Flores.
And I'm Ivan Torres.
See you next time.